Hey guys, it's Lindsay from Perfectly Bookish 5, and today I'm going to be talking about some recent releases that I've recently read. Before I start off, I just want to show you my shirt. My friend made this for me. We were finally able to celebrate our birthdays together. Mine's at the beginning of the August, hers is like mid-August, and we usually wait till September to celebrate. And I just love this shirt. It's an audio bookish with a cat and headphones. It was adorable and I wanted to show it because it's so cute. So I'm going to be talking about 3 books today. They've all released within these last couple weeks here, and I enjoyed them, so I want to talk about them with you. Truly, Madly, Deeply by LJ Shen release. I gave it 3.5 out of 5 stars. In this book, we follow a chef, and then we follow our female lead who she moved to New York. She went there for school, had these really big dreams, but she just hasn't been able to kickstart what she's wanted to do yet, which is have her own crime podcast. So she is waitressing. Her dad dies and she ends up going back home. She hasn't been home for a really long time because of something that happened years ago. Her best friend has a brother, and before she leaves for college, she hooks up with the brother, and she doesn't want her best friend to find out because her best friend has a history of people wanting to get close to her just because of her brother, and she's always really, truly, genuinely liked the brother. She's just never acted on it, but all of a sudden she gets brave and she decides to do something about it before she leaves for school, and her best friend ends up catching her in the act. So not only now does she kind of blow stuff up with the brother, but she completely loses her friendship with her best friend. So when her dad dies and she has to go back home, she just wants to avoid everyone at all costs, but her best friend, brother, their family comes to the funeral, and that's when stuff gets a little interesting. The brother is a very well-known chef. He's been on reality shows. He's had really big restaurants, but he ended up coming back home to open a restaurant. The restaurant isn't doing its best. He's not the best boss to work for, so he plans on wrapping stuff up here and going to open a new restaurant in London. The female lead is asked by, well, not necessarily asked, but she kind of gets roped into staying longer at home for the sake of her mom, because her mom's really sad. They only have the one daughter and she's by herself, so the daughter decides to extend her stay. But while she's there, she wants to earn some money, and a waitressing job becomes available at the restaurant. At the end of the book, there's a really cute thing that happens, which of course I'm not going to say, but I thought it was a fun way to, like, how there's always a problem in a book. Well, I thought this was a fun way to mend that problem. So that was Truly, Madly, Deeply by LJ Shen. Then we have Meant for Gabriel by Natasha Madison. This is her Meant for series, and I really thought it was going to be about hockey. This is a series that has a lot of hockey in it, but in this one we get Zara, and she is part of the big hockey family where, like, dads, uncles, brothers, cousins, all the guys play, but she ends up meeting a bartender. Gabriel is the bartender, and backing up a little bit, Zara is supposed to get married. She is going to a store to look at wedding dresses. When she comes home, she finds her fiance in bed with another woman, someone that Zara knows well, someone that he works with, and his excuse was, well, your appointment was supposed to last 3 hours, you're not supposed to be home yet. But while Zara was there, she found the perfect dress so soon. And there's a story with the perfect dress. That's why she was home early and she was excited to go home, but then that is what she found. So she immediately leaves, and she gets an explanation of how long everything's going on, and she tells them, because the other woman is married with children. And she tells him, if you don't tell her husband, I'm gonna tell him you have like 24 hours to do so. Zara gets with her group of girls and they talk it out, they cry it out, and Zara decides to go to one of the girls' places and just escape for a while. Her first night there, her friend is texting her saying, you can't just stay there, you have to go out, you have to go out for some fun, so you're just sitting there thinking about everything. And she goes to the local bar. She doesn't want to go there first because there is some family around the area and she doesn't want to run into anyone, but there's no one at the bar. It's a small area, there's no one there, and she meets the bartender and they end up having a one-night stand. She doesn't think she's gonna run into him anymore, but then she ends up meeting him, running into him again the very next day, and he's kind of ticked off that she got up and left without saying goodbye. There is a lot of fun stuff there that happens between the two of them, and that is Meant for Gabriel by Natasha Madison. I gave this 4 stars. Lastly, I'm going to talk about King by Sawyer Bennett. This is book 12, 13, 14. It is so far in the series. I'm sorry, I never have a number when I'm talking about these books, but this is part of the Pittsburgh Titan series. In this book, we have an age gap, except this time the guy is younger and the woman is older. He is a hockey player and she is a doctor. And when they meet, she is very hesitant to even go into anything with him because he is so young, and she also has a bad history with guys. Her dad was a drunk and she happened to be in a really bad relationship. Her sister ended up getting in a bad relationship, and just men in the family, they can't trust easily. So also she is worried about the age, but she is also very hesitant to trust because of all the stuff she has gone through in the past. She ends up giving him a chance, and there is a lot of fun stuff that happens between them, especially when she starts to open up. I really enjoyed King for someone being young. I want to say he's 25 and she's in her later 30s. I'm sorry, I don't quite remember the age difference, but for someone of his age, he is very mature, level-headed, and I really thought he was a great guy, and she is able to see that as their relationship progresses. There's this cute scene where she lives with her sister and her sister's daughter, and they invited the guys over for Thanksgiving dinner, and her sister and her are kind of in the middle of a food fight when the guys walk into the house. So there's fun stuff like that that's happening through the book, and like I said, I like how their relationship progresses and you see when she starts to trust him more, and he proves like, yes, I'm young, but we're meant to be. So those were the recent releases that I have recently read, and I'm super excited because I have some other arcs that I am currently reading, and hopefully I can have a review on those as well. So let me know if you're going to pick up any of these books, or if you have and given them a try, because they are all out right now. So go give them a look. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.